Hey, it's Rachel from the Life Facilitator, and I am going to do a memory plan with me video in my Cocoa Daisy planner. I've switched things up just a little bit for the rest of February and for March, so I'm going to do just a quick flip through and then talk about the memory planning. So I have my planner. I only have 2 months. I have February and March inside a D-ringed Carpe Diem A5 planner. And here's what it looks like from the side. So I don't have the Cocoa Daisy cover on. I don't have the Cocoa Daisy tabs because with them it doesn't fit super well. And my pockets just have like some random decoration in it. I've had these pockets decorated like this for a while. And then I have my photos tucked in the back pocket, which is kind of why I like this setup. On the front, I have a pocket page with some of the cards from March, and then a cover. This cover, honestly, I don't remember where I got it. Sorry. I made this divider for February, and then I also made this divider for March. So my thought is I want to have a couple less months with my active memory planner, if that makes sense. And then the rest of the pages go on the bigger discs in another on the actual planner. So this is nice for me. I'm much more likely to like grab this because it's a little bit more streamlined. And so, yeah. The other thing I wanted to mention is that I have been adding, oh, it's in the back. I have been adding the sketches, so the sketches from the Modern Memory Keeping Kit and from the Traveler's Notebook Kit. I have been printing them at a slightly smaller scale and then adding them into this planner. And so they live in the back of the planner. I have a little cover that's like a clear divider that signals to me this is where they are. And so for this memory plan with me, I'm going to choose one of Christine's sketches to plan to use in my memory planning layout. And so I think the one I was thinking about choosing, so this is a mix of ones from February. So these are February. And then these ones are March. I love that diamond, but I have recently done something kind of like that. I might do something like this one. Sorry, I printed this on like copy paper, so it definitely shows through. I want to do something either like this or maybe something like this. And I will be doing it in my memory planner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take both of these sketches out so that it reminds me that those are the ones I was thinking about. Ooh, that's fun. That's a fun one too. Do you see that? With the tag and then the pocket. Well, I might do that with my actual Traveler's Notebook. That's cute. And isn't she so talented, Christine? Okay, so I think I'm gonna pull these two to remind myself that those are the ones I was thinking about. I'm going to be planning this week here, so February 8th, memory planning, February 8th to the 14th. And I've already started doing a couple of things. So I covered the top of so the pages normally come like this. I've covered the top with some paper scraps, added the days of the week and the numbers from the planner add-on kit. And then on the bottom here, just added a few more little things. This stamp is from Carrie Bradford, and then some other items from the Treetop Canopy kit, and then a washi from my stash. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna take the pages out and then put this off to the side, and then yeah, get started. All right, so I have my pages ready to go. I'm grabbing my photos. I printed these photos on my like regular printer on matte photo paper. And I've trimmed them out. I've selected the ones that I'm pretty sure I want to use, and I've decided that I'm going to use both of these sketches. One of the sketches is from the Traveler's Notebook Memory Keeping Kit, and then the other one is from the Modern Memory Keeping Kit, both from Treetop Canopy. And my goal today is really to show you that you can be inspired by creators in lots of different formats. So, you can be inspired by pocket page scrapbookers or traditional 12 by 12 scrapbookers or, traveler's notebooks or whatever. And you can adapt those inspirations to any medium. And so that's my goal today, is to show that even though neither of these sketches are for a memory planner, I am able to use them as a springboard for my memory planner pages. So I have decided that even though the sketch says to use like a subtle colored background, I went all in with this rainbow stripe pattern, and I couldn't be more happy about it. I loved it. I just felt like it went perfectly. Yeah, so I'm basically making a mat, like a big mat for my photos. And then in between the paper and my photos, I will be actually matting the photos with just a little bit of vellum. I like that it's not as, the contrast is not as severe as like white matte paper, like white paper. It's just a little bit of layer in between the photo and the paper. So trimming those out. And I've been doing this more, and actually as I was working in my February Simple Dory, I found that this was a photo matting method I went back to a couple times and really liked it. Those photos will switch one more time. Really, I was trying to figure out I didn't love the yellow that was in the photos. If I had printed these photos again, I think I would have printed them black and white, because I felt like there's a lot of random color in the photos. And so I will actually figure out a way to cover that yellow planner. It just felt really like, even though there's lots of bold color on this page, it was like really too much for me. So my photos are down, and I did adapt the sketch. Obviously, I only used 2 photos instead of 3, and that partly was just a choice of space. I really only had space for 2 photos, and also I only wanted those 2 photos, and so that worked out fine. I'm going to add the washi from the washi sticker sheet from the memory keeping sticker kit to the top. And then here's how I'm covering that yellow planner. I'm going to add a sticker there, and it says always, and then I will luckily, amazingly, find a word strip that says together. And so it worked perfectly for this little story, which is that when it's just Lil Cat and I at home, this cat is my shadow. But when my husband is home from work or a trip or whatever, I'm like chopped liver, like I don't exist to her anymore. And and she only has eyes for my husband. But when he's not home, she literally will follow me around all day and demand attention, which includes being, as you can see in that smaller photo, or the bottom photo, she is like trying to get on my iPad while I'm trying to edit a blog post. Like, she's just kind of up in my business. And then the top photo is her in one of my little shelves in my craft space while I was probably while I was filming a video. The event on Sunday is going to be pretty like minimally decorated. Mostly I just wanted the photo and then the photo of my husband and I. And my plan is I actually plan to do a whole spread about this little Sunday adventure in my traveler's notebook. So I'm not going to do a whole lot of decorating to that. I am going to do some decorating for this crafty happy hour that my friend Natasha and I had. And so I had that big tag and I knew I wanted to use it somehow. And so I decided to trim off the tag, like the tag part of it, to use it to mirror the tag that's in the sketch. And I will struggle. My struggle right now is that I'm trying to use both the photos. I wanted the photo of the two of us, and then I also wanted the photo of like my crafty mess. But eventually I will realize it's just not going to work out to have the two photos. So I will eventually make the call to just use one. The other issue is that I really wanted more, like a more of a balance between tag and this pocket card. And so, but I'm not getting it as things are right now. And so my solution eventually will be to trim down some paper and make it look like the paper was part of the tag. And that'll help. That'll make me much happier. I think also my struggle is this card, and this is one of the cards, pocket cards, that some version of this card comes every month now with the pocket card kit. And I love this card, but I struggle with the arrows. Like, there's an arrow going one way and then there's an arrow going another way. And my brain is very like, follow the rules of like, if there's an arrow, it should be pointing to something. And really, I eventually am just going to ignore the arrow and actually cover it because it just wasn't working for me. So here's me kind of creating a tag with the pattern paper, same pattern paper that I used on the other side of the page. I thought I would do like a wonky tilt to the card, and I hate it. And so I decided to trim down the card so that the card and the tag are the same size. This also is like satisfying to me because I am going to put layers below the tag and the card, and so having the card and tag to like the same height, I don't know, just was more pleasing to me. Okay, so I will adhere the photo down and then go through the tags to try to figure out a way to cover up that arrow that is just really getting to me. And eventually I will remember stamps, of course. So I will grab this stamp that says like, ooh, cool, okay, cool, which I really love, and it fit perfectly in that negative space. And so I will put that right next to the photo, and where it says this moment. It basically covers that arrow, and it's a win-win. And so next I'm going to pull some paper scraps, and I'm like deep into paper scraps right now. I've been really loving using them in lots of different projects. And so these paper scraps are actually from when I trimmed down my Simple Dory to a B6 Slim size. I have another video where I walk through my setup of my Simple Dory. So if you're interested in that, I will. It'll be the last video or the one right before that, but I'll leave a link to it. And so I am layering all of these little strips of paper on the sketch. Christine layered some 4x6 cards, but I'm using the 4x6 cards elsewhere, and so the paper scraps basically mimic that look from the sketch, and I really like how it looks. And I'll add one to the top, and I'll try to add it elsewhere. It will not make the cut. And then I will add a label to the bottom of the paper scrap, similar to what is in the sketch, and then that will be where my title goes, and it'll say Crafty Hour with these alphas. And yeah, I'm going to put the alphas on the ruler. This just helps me keep them straight, and then I can put them all on the label at the same time. And magic, I can make sure that they fit before I've adhered them, which is really nice. And yep, I mean, I love those little alphas; they're so cute. And then I can't quite decide what to do with this area of the tag. And eventually I will do something very similar to what's in the sketch, which is I will add some journaling, add an arrow, and then add a sentiment above the arrow. And so not even on, this wasn't even on purpose, but I actually ended up doing something very similar to the sketch. And I added the arrow, actually, I'll be honest, because I messed up the first line of what I was writing, and I needed something to go over it. And so I found the die cut arrow, and it worked perfectly. I'm going to pull some of these chipboard pieces to add to the add to this little layout. It's like a mini layout, I guess. I don't know. And I believe I'm wrapping up. So if I hope you enjoyed this video, and I do hope that getting a look at how to use sketches from other, types of scrapbooking can be completely adapted to your memory planner. I hope you get a feel for that. And I'd love to know in the comments if you've done this yourself, scrap lifted or used a sketch from maybe a traveler's notebook and then used it in a 12x12 layout, or let me know if you have also used sketches for different types of memory keeping. I will try to use this stamp. I really want to use that stamp. That stamp will get used. It's just not in this layout. And last thing I'll add is these big labels, which I've just been loving. They're just perfect for a little bit of journaling, and I will add that to Sunday, and that'll wrap up this spread. So here's a close-up of the spread with all of the journaling. And then I'll have some final photos. Oh yes, I'm gonna move that. It was trying to get a little more balance over there. Much better. So here are the final photos. I did add a few enamel dots, but other than that, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!